Yeah, okay, cool guys. So we're going to get started very, very shortly. Just to let you know that we've got a little extra visitor joining us. So this is Arthur, who's my eldest, and my husband's on a work call. So we've hooked him up to the iPad, and fingers crossed, he might stay there unless he needs a wee or a poo, in which case I'll have to sort that one out when I do. Wow, now I've just seen, I'm on your TV. That's very cool. So guys, to stop everything going backwards and forwards between who's being shown, if you go to the top right hand corner of my screen where you can see me, and if you hover over the three dots and you click on pin video, that should keep me in the main screen unless you've done so already.
Pin video.
Can you see it when it says pin video? If you hover over my video, and you should have some three little dots that come up, and it will say, if you click on the three little dots, it will say pin video, or you can click on it, and one of the choices when you click on it is called pin video.
I think you can do it by double tapping as well.
Okay, cool.
So if you double tap on Eliza's face.
Oh, I've managed to exit it.
Oh, Naomi, now you've just muted everything. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do before we start is I'm going to mute everybody just so that everybody else can hear. If you have any issues or if you need to, then please do message me on the WhatsApp group or through the Zoom application. But otherwise, we'll get started. Is there anything that I need to know? Any injuries, then just let me know. Otherwise, we will get started. I'm going to mute you guys all, and we'll back up when it's time. Okay, guys. So we're going to come to a sitting position on our mat, and we're going to try and start off with a little bit of calm. So sitting up nice and tall, you can have your feet in a cross-legged position. If you do have your feet in a cross-legged position, right, still there. Okay, if you've got any problems, let's go to study, okay? Sorry guys. Okay, so we're going to start in a cross-legged position, sitting up nice and tall. When you're crossing your legs, just try not to have your ankles crossed over each other, because what that does is that puts your pelvis a little bit out of sync. You can see already that one knee is higher than the other, and as soon as you've got your pelvis out of sync, it actually makes your spine a little bit wonky. So we want to sit down, making sure we can have a little look at both of our ankle bones when we're down here. If this isn't comfortable for you, then you can always come up onto your heels. Yes. But sitting in a cross-legged position, we're going to have one hand just by the bottom of our ribs and the other hand on our belly. And we're going to take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. It doesn't matter how you're doing this at the moment, but just take a bit of time just to think how you're breathing. So trying to expand your chest and through the belly as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're just gently going to draw in the pelvic floor as you go. So have a think about how you're breathing. Think about whether you're holding any tension through your shoulders, and also whether you're breathing into the upper chest. So with the hands on your ribs and your belly, just try and breathe into your belly. And as you breathe into your belly, you should feel that hand around your belly just expand out to the front and to the side. It's really important after you've filled up that area and brought all the air that you can to the bottom of the belly, that you then start to fill up through the ribs. And it's really important as well to realize that when you're breathing in and you're opening and expanding that rib cage, you also want to feel it expanding through the back and the sides. You've actually got more capacity apparently through the back of the lungs. So it's really important that when we're breathing in not just to the front of the lungs just because our hand is there, but in through to the sides and out through to the back as well. So I'm going to put in a timer. I just want you to sit there breathing in and out through your nose, trying to take as deep breaths as possible and trying to breathe out as deeply as you can. You should be able to hear that timer now. We're going to add a count to our breathing. We're going to do what's known as box breathing. So you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. You're going to hold the air in your lungs for a count of 4. You're going to breathe out for a count of 4. And you're going to hold no air in your lungs for a count of 4. And you're going to keep repeating that, breathing in for 4, filling up through the belly before you start expanding through the chest from the front to the sides and the back, holding the air in your lungs for a count of 4. You're breathing out for a count of 4, and you're holding no air in your lungs for a count of 4. So keep moving with this rhythm. Focus on the timer. Make those breaths nice and even. If you feel like this is too easy, take it up to 5. So you're breathing in for 5. You're holding the air lightly in your lungs for 5. You're breathing out for 5. And you're holding no air in your lungs for 5. So feel that belly pressing up against your hand as you breathe in, taking the air right down into your belly. And then think about expanding through the lungs as you continue to breathe in. Hold the air, try not to bear down, don't make things too much of an effort during this. And as you breathe out nice and slowly. And at the same time, if you can, just gather in the pelvic floor from back to front. That'll help you engage through the lower abdominals and also just help work those inner stomach muscles. Deep breaths in, keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the muscles around the face relaxed. Sit up nice and tall. This is your moment just to get a few seconds of calm. If you feel like counting to 4 is too hard, then take it down to 3. This is a technique known as box breathing, and it's super useful just for calming your nerves, for calming your mind. And that's something that we all need at the moment. Another couple of rounds of this. And in your next, at the end of your next exhale, just going to open your eyes. And we're going to stretch both hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. You want to think about stretching up as high as you can. Trying to increase that stretch. Have a little wriggle around the ribs. Trying to free up any more space to lengthen up as tall as you can through that spine. Good. I'm just going to hold this here for a few seconds. And left hand is going to come down onto the right knee. Your right hand is going to come just behind you. You're going to sit up nice and tall using that hand to pull you up as tall as you can. We take a very gentle glance over your shoulder into a very, very gentle spinal twist. So you can use your hand to apply gentle pressure to help you with this twist, but try not to force it. We're going to work on some more spinal mobility in a second. And let's swap over the hands, come back to the center. Right hand comes onto the left knee. We're going to have the left hand that's going to come just behind you. So nice and tall first and lengthen through the spine. Before we take our gaze just behind. And you're going to hold this here for a few seconds. Before you relax and come back to the center. Good. From here, let's take both feet out in front of us. We're just going to warm up through these ankles. So try and press through the heels. If you can, Your heels might actually lift up off the ground, and we're going to keep this nice and stretched while we come into some ankle circles. Just starting by mobilizing through the body. Good, and let's take it through the other way. Good. Now, for those of you who did ballet, we're going to do naughty toes and good toes. Take the toes up, pull those toes in towards the shin as much as you can, hold it here for a second or two, and then you're going to go all the way down, roll through the feet until you're pointing as hard as you can, and to curl your feet up. Good. So you've got our naughty toes, and our good toes, and naughty toes, and good toes. Good. Shake those legs out. And you're going to come down and lie on the floor. We're lying down, we're going to have our knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We can have, if it's going to help, we can have our hands on our pelvis. And from here, we're just going to do a little pelvis tuck. So we want to feel like our tailbone is coming off the ground. And as we place it back down, we're going to roll through the pelvis. So it's tilting forward. So we're taking our back off the ground and going into a bit of an arch. So we don't want to force this. We just want nice, gentle movements. Is that one of you? Just nice little gentle movements, mobilizing through the pelvis. It's really important just to get to know what's going on with your pelvis, because we're going to need this pelvic understanding a bit later. So as we're tucking the tailbone under, we're pulling our pubic bone up towards our ribs, and as we're pushing the top of our hip bones away, we're arching through the back. So this position where you have this arch underneath is actually what a lot of people, how they normally stand. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we do need to have a little bit of a curve in our spine, but it's when it becomes too much that we start to feel pressure on those vertebrae. Good. Another one all the way down, and we're going to pull it all the way in. From here now, we're going to push our pelvis forward, taking the lower back off the ground, and when we turn it all the way in, we're just going to take that bum up off the ground into a hip raise. Good. So a little pelvic push forwards, and we're going to roll through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae to take the hips off the ground. Now when we're doing this, it's really important we don't take our hips off too high. We want to try and keep a bit of a pelvic tuck with this. So pushing forwards, and we're going to come all the way back. So if you want to, you can have your thumb at the bottom of your ribs and your little finger where your hip bones are. So that when you're coming up, you don't want to come up so high that your little finger and your thumb start to spread away from each other. We want to keep them as close as we can to each other. So we're just rolling up, nice and gentle. Good. I'm just going to leave you guys to do a couple of those during time, because something's beeping in the kitchen. Back to these hip bridges. We're coming down, we're taking the hips off the ground, try and squeeze your glutes as much as you can. And the next one, we take it up, and we're just going to do little pulses. So keep your bum off the ground, and we're just going to squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze through those bum cheeks. Make sure that our knees aren't coming wide apart. We want to make sure that the knees and the hips and the shoulders are all in one line. So tiny, tiny little squeezes through the glutes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Little squeezes. You should be able to really feel this in your glutes now. But don't worry, we're going to finish focusing on the glute squeeze. And from here, we're going to hold our glutes nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in. Whilst we then take the knees out to the side. So I'll show you face on. Here, we're just taking the knees out. So imagine you've got a line that shoots from your hips all the way down in front of you, and your knees are coming out towards the side. Good. So little squeezes out, out, out. Make sure that your hips are nice and stable. And we've got 3, 2, and 1. This time, take the knees in, so they're almost touching. Small, small movements, only a couple of inches wide. Small, small movements, you're just pulsing those knees together. Nice and steady, make sure you're breathing at all times. Squeeze those inner legs together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good work, guys. Make sure you're smiling. Feels good. And we've got 3, 2, and 1. We're going to roll all the way down. We're going to roll all the way up. And once we're here, we're just going to take one leg off the ground, point it out in front of us, take it back in, and point the other. Now for this exercise, we're going to roll all the way down before we come all the way back up. For this exercise, it's not about how high you can get this leg, or how long you can point your foot. It's about how steady you can keep your hips when you're changing everything over and swapping and extending your leg. But this isn't supposed to be a fast movement. And roll all the way down in between. So you're going to roll all the way up, take your bum off the ground. Make sure you're stable through the legs. Try and keep your hips as straight as you can. So that if you had a water bottle or a glass placed on here, it wouldn't fall. Roll all the way down. We're going to come all the way up. We're now going to do 4 of these in one go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Roll all the way down. We've got 4 more. 1, 2. Keep this hips really nice and steady. 3, 4. Don't come down just yet. You're going to take out your right leg. We're going to lift it up and down and up and down. Let's return it back. Let's take the left leg. Keep the hips off the ground. Then take the leg up and down and up and down. Good. Let's take the right leg now. Extend it out in front. We're going to take it up and down. Nice and slowly, trying to keep your hips as steady as you can. And down. Good. Right, left leg. Extending. We're going to take it up and down and up and down. Good. Take it all the way back. And we're just going to roll all the way through again. Good. From here, we've got a bit of a glute challenge now. So working on single leg strength. You're going to roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. And we're going to take one leg up and off the ground. And from here, we're going to take it down into hip bridges. So keeping one leg off the ground, we're taking it up and down. If it feels like this is too much, then just do your normal hip bridges. Anyone? No, okay. Good. So driving through that standing leg. You're going to push all the way up. Make sure you're breathing. You're going to hips up off the ground. We've got another 3 and down and 2 and down and 1 and all the way down. Let's swap over the legs. Take the bum off the ground. Lift up the left leg so our toes pointing directly up at the ceiling, and we're going to come once again into one-legged hip thrusts. So for those of you that are looking to get back into exercises which involve running or anything to do with hip stability or anything to do with impact, this is a really, really significant exercise for you to be adding into your routine. Taking it up nice and slow. If it feels like it's too much, it can come into a normal hip bridges. So we've got another 3 and down and 2 and down, and 1, and down. Good. Relax those feet in. We're just going to let the knees flop out to the side this time. And we're going to take our bums off the ground. We've got a different kind of hip bridge. So we're just going to take the bum up off the ground, not too high, and back. If you feel any pain around the hips or something doesn't feel quite right, then just go back into your normal hip bridges. So we're going to come up and down. If babies aren't acting as you want them to and you need to hold them, then you're going to come into squats, just holding your baby. So press those feet together, pushing all the way up and come all the way down. Again, you don't have to go too high with this. It's just really important to feel like your glutes are working. Squeeze, 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 squeeze your bum as much as you can as you come all the way up. Okay, we've got one more. We're going to come down. This time, we're going to take the bum up off the ground and we're just going to hold this here. Squeeze your glutes. The more you put into this, the more you'll get out. So keep squeezing those glutes. Make sure you're breathing. Try and keep everything as steady as you can. We lose a lot of glute strength during pregnancy. And so now's the time where we need to build it up. Let's roll all the way down. Good. From here, take both knees and we're just going to take them over to one side. Good. If you want to, you can look in the opposite direction just to increase that stretch. And as you breathe out, take those knees up towards the ceiling. And we're going to drop them over towards the other side. Good. Take the head to the opposite direction just to increase that stretch. Nice. Breathe out. And we're going to take it all the way up. Good. From here, we're going to take it into our transverse abdominis. We're going to spend a little bit of time working on core stuff today before we take it up off the floor. So again, with our knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We have our hands down on our side just for now. We're going to take one foot up, and as we gently drop it back down towards the ground, we're going to breathe out, gently gather in our pelvic floor and feel our lower back press towards the ground. As you breathe in, the knee comes up. As you breathe out, we're gently going to drop the foot towards the ground. Let me see if that's one of you messaging. Oh no, just a minute. No, we've lost you. I'm just going to add it back in, guys. Keep going. Right, Naomi, you should be back in. Let me see. Okay. So this is a really, really important exercise for strengthening those inner core muscles. For those of you who have been to the classes before and they have got good, strong stomach muscles and they're more than 3 months postnatal, you guys are going to have both feet off the ground. So if you do want to challenge or you want to try this out, take both feet off the ground, knees at 90 degrees, and you're just going to drop one foot down towards the ground. Now, as soon as you feel your back coming off, or if you notice the bulging down your tummy, where your tummy muscles are coming up, or it's coming into a bit of a point, then you want to stick with both feet on the ground. Otherwise, feet comes up, and as you breathe out, you're going to take the foot down towards the ground as much as you can. As soon as your back comes up, you're going to start taking it back up. And you're going to alternate through the legs. So for me, I know that I can't do that many before my stomach muscles start to tire. And it's really important as well to try and take things super, super slowly. Then imagine if you had a piece of string underneath your lower back and someone was constantly tugging it. You need to try and keep your back pressed down towards the ground. You need to try and keep your lower abdominals engaged. Good. You want to keep breathing. Nice. Just going to do one more in each leg. Good. Take it all the way down. And nice and slowly all the way back up again. So dropping it down as far as you can go without your back coming up and taking it all the way up. Good work. Hug those knees in towards your chest as much as you can. And have a little circle round. Circle round through those knees just to release any tension through the lower back. We'll take it first one way, and now the other way. From here, we're going to roll onto our side, and we're going to come onto all fours. So when we're on all fours, really important to make sure we've got shoulders stacked over wrists, and we've got our hips stacked over our knees. From here, we're going to take one hand out in front of us and take it back down. Take the other hand out in front of us and take it all the way back down. We're going to take our right leg all the way out behind us and all the way back down. Take the left leg, extending it, straightening up. Good. And all the way back down. So it's really important with this. You're going to keep going with this. But it's really important when you're doing this. Have a look in the video to try and work out when you've got a flat back, because you want to try and keep a flat back with this, and that back is going to stay where it is. It's really common when we're taking everything up, we start to overcompensate. So start by going through the arms and extending through the legs, especially when you come to the legs. It's quite often where we collapse through the back. As soon as we do that, we lose any tension through the stomach, and we can put pressure through our lower back. So remember to try and keep that back nice and flat. Taking it up with the arms, first one, and then the other. Taking the leg out, and back in, and the other leg out, and back in. From here, we're going to do opposite arm to opposite leg. It's going to come out. Try and keep that back nice and straight, and back in. Let's swap over sides. Opposite arm, opposite leg comes out into our bird dog, and it comes back down. Opposite arm and opposite leg are going to extend and stretch. Imagine you're reaching towards the other side. Don't let that back dip, and take it back down. So for these ones, you want to take these really nice and slowly. Good. If you find that your wrists are a little bit achy, you can come onto your fists. So we've got a couple more each side, really stretch, stretch, stretch all the way through. It's important that we get good technique on this, so try and keep your back nice and straight. We're now going to take it into bird dog crunches. So the arm and the leg comes all the way out. We are going to arch through the back. We're going to tap the elbow and our knee together before we take it back out. So we're going to stay with one side. Right arm, left leg is coming into crunch, and we're going to come out again. Make sure you're not looking through that standing arm. Good. Try and keep the hips nice and down. Squeeze the elbow and the knees together before you take it back out. This is a super, super good exercise for balance. In your own time, stretch, stretch, stretch. Don't forget the stretch. It's really important. Try and keep your back nice and straight when you're extending. Don't take the back leg too high. We've got one more before we switch over. This is a good one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Knee and elbow together. And take it all the way out before we swap over sides. If you need to, give your wrist a little bit of a shake. Otherwise, let's go, swapping everything over. Left arm is coming out, stretching through that right leg. And we're just going to take it back down. So, taking it all the way out. And let's squeeze that elbow and the knee in, nice and tight. Hold it there for a second before you start stretching all the way through. Opposite arm and opposite leg. Good, taking it all the way out, stretch, stretch, stretch. And bring it all the way back in. Good. All the way out. And all the way in. Squeezing everything nice and tight until you crunch it back in. Good. Breathe out as you take opposite elbow to opposite knee. Good. Breathe in as you extend. We can do two more. Squeeze the knee into the elbow. Good. Nice. Last one. Extend, extend, extend. Make it a good one. Hold this here. Good. Squeeze everything back in. Good. And come down onto your heels. Shake everything out. Everyone feeling okay? I hope so. You guys are looking good. From here, come up onto our knees. We're going to squeeze these glutes. So imagine you're also going to tuck this pelvis under. So you're trying to straighten up through the back as much as you can. So instead of having a normal tilt, you want to try and get rid of that by tucking that pelvis under. You're going to squeeze those glutes. And we're going to have the arms over our chest. I'm going to come down nice and gently. Trying to keep our body in a real straight shape before we come all the way back up. Good, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your glutes. Make sure you're breathing, keep the spine nice and straight, and come all the way back up. Good, coming all the way back down. Oops, someone's dropped off again. Stephanie, let me let you back in. Nan, what's going on? Uh-oh.
Awful.
Nan,
Stopping.
you okay, Nan?
Yeah, my internet just went, so I couldn't see you, but I can. You're back.
Hurrah! Cool, I'm going to meet you again. Right, okay, guys. So let's stick with these, squeeze those glutes in. And we're just going to start strengthening up through these legs. Good. Take it nice and slow. Nice and slow is the name of the game. Try and keep everything nice and straight. Keep an eye out for if you're collapsing like this. Got 2 more. Coming down, down, down. And all the way back up again. And down, down, down. And all the way back up. Good. Take the knees slightly apart, and you're just going to stretch everything out in a child's pose. So get this bum down towards your heels as much as you can. At the same time, walk your fingers out in front of you as much as you can. Forehead to the ground. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Cool. Right, guys, it's ready. Let's take it up and off the ground. We'll start with a warm-up and a bit of pelvic mobility just to get everything going. First of all, we're going to pull the toes off the ground. So lift those toes up as high as you can off the ground. Try not to look out those legs. Have a little gentle bend in the legs. And you're just going to march. One foot up and then the other. So it might feel a little bit weird, but for a lot of us, as soon as we have our toes on the ground, it pushes our hips forward. We have all the weight over there. What we're looking to try and do is to pull these toes up. Oh, we lost Stephanie again. Good. So pull these knees up. Keep the toes coming up, coming up, coming up. Comes out. So this time we've got the elbows nice and high, up at shoulder height. And we're going to pull this knee up and down, making sure that our toes are off the ground as we go. So as we're doing this as well, really good for posture, this one. We're going to pull those elbows back as you're marching. So extending the arms, pulling them back, keeping your elbows up at shoulder height. Good, since you guys are doing so well with this one, we're going to take it out to the front and to the side. Front, side, front, side, front, side. Good. Let's speed it up. Front, side, front. Oh, got my timings mixed up. Front, side, front, side, front, side. Good. We're going to go now. Front, side, and up. Front, side, and up. Front, side, and up. Keep your toes off the ground. Side, and up. Front, side, and up. Last one. Front, side, and up. Good. Hands are going to come into our pelvis. Just going to tilt backwards and forwards, similar to what we did on the ground. I'll show you from the side. We're going to take it forwards, and we're going to take it back. Take it forwards, breathe in. As you pull it in, breathe out. Nice. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Good work. From here, we're going to take our feet slightly wider than hip width apart. I'm going to point the toes slightly in towards each other. I'm going to take the arms out. Again, tuck that tailbone under. So we're trying to flatten up through the back. And from here, little shift over to one side. So you want to try and keep your bottom half as still and as steady as you can. So you know when you get those videos of magicians cutting people in half, imagine they've cut you in half and then your top bit can move. Yeah, just taking over to one side for now. Shh, what do you want, darling?
This picture is small.
Okay, keep going, guys. Good. So now we're going to take it over to the other side. Remember to keep your bottom half really nice and still. Good. Ah! Sorry, guys. Good. I'm going to take it over from one side to the other. One side to the other. It's all right, darling. It's going to come on in a minute. If you guys have got toddlers, you'll know that like TV is life. Yeah, this is really nice just for working through the lower spine. Now I'm going to take it into a side bend. So just to one side, taking it down and up. Good. Down and up, bending all the way down through the side. Again, we're stretching out through the lower back. Lower back pain is so common, especially during pregnancy and afterwards. This is a fantastic little exercise just to build mobility and strength. Taking it over to the other side now. Good. Good. I'm going to go from one side to the other. Good. Guys are doing well. Last one. Good. From here, hands are going to come up into cactus position. I'm going to take opposite shoulder to opposite knee. To take it nice and steady. So if at any point I was going to shout stop, you can be able to hold that position wherever we were. Breathe out as you take the shoulder in towards the knee, and breathe in again as you stand back up. Last couple. Yeah, stand all the way up. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the arms, shake out the legs, and pick up your cans. Okay, so again, we've got something to help with posture. This is going to be in part of our circuit. This is the first exercise that we're going to do. For these exercises, we're just going to go through everything once, and then we should have time. We'll go through the whole thing again. Got 45 seconds on each. So let me get my timer up and ready. Hope you guys have got lots of water. Grab some water if you want it now. Otherwise, for this exercise, we're going to hold the cans. We're going to have our elbows at right angles. We're going to make sure our palms are up. And for this one, taking the arms out to the side. So we're squeezing through those shoulder blades. As we squeeze, it's really important that we don't try and get extra mobility by pushing through the spine. You'll notice that nothing else is moving apart from the arms. This is really good for strengthening through that back. We're doing the upper back at the moment. Good. We've only got another 20 seconds. We take it into the next exercise. Good. Keep going. We're going to work some back strengthening, but we take it into our legs and shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Left leg in front, right foot behind. You want to have a nice sturdy base and a nice flat back. Arms are coming down. I'm going to take them up to the sides. If you want to have a bit of extra challenge with this one, just going to hover that back foot off the ground. And you're going to turn this into a balance and a strength exercise. If you want to do the hover with the back foot, just make sure that both hips are facing downwards and you're not rotating up to the side. Got another 20 seconds. Good work, guys. So the further forwards you lean, the higher up your back you're going to work. So do try and keep it down nice and low. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Do the same thing again. Let's swap over the legs. So you can either have one foot in front of the other. Come down nice and low. Good. Stretch it up. You don't need to take it up too high. Good. If you want that extra challenge, take that back foot off the ground. Make sure you've got a slight bend in that front leg. And make sure both hips are facing downwards and you're not twisting to one side. Keep the spine nice and straight, look down towards the floor. Got another 15 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Good. Focus, focus, focus. Make sure your standing leg is nice and stable. Try and get that back down so it's even more parallel. We've got 3, 2, take the arms up, tiny, tiny little pulses. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. From here, let's focus on the feet now. Take it up into calf raises. So slight bend in the knees. And we're extending through the feet. Taking those heels off the ground. Good work. Good. Whilst we're here, we might as well add in some arms. So have the palms facing forwards. And every single time we come off the ground, arms are going to come over the head. Good. Go. So you've got 45 seconds of this one. Good. Nice. Get nice and steady. Try and keep your balance. Working through these arms again. Having the palms facing forward. It's fantastic just for opening up through the back, working our back muscles, working the tops of our shoulders. For any of you that do a lot of baby carrying, working the tops of our shoulders is really important. So having the muscle there will also help protect our shoulders. Try and take it nice and steady. You've got 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure there's a slight bend in the knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, keep the right leg nice and steady. We're going to take the leg out to the side. When you're doing this, drive through the heel, pull the toes in towards your shin. We've got 45 seconds. We should make sure that our arms are also just not here doing nothing. So let's take those up again into these arm angels. This is basically like one of those standing angels, isn't it? The snow angels. Good. Try and keep your balance with this one. You're doing well. Good. So we've now moved more onto our legs. Got 10 more seconds. Take things nice and slow. Make sure your standing leg is gentle through the knees. You're not looking everything out. Got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Over towards the other leg. Pull those toes in. And we're going to take it up and out to the side. So try and have it. You take it out to the side that it is just coming out to the side. You don't need to take that leg up too high. We've got 30 seconds left. If you want a bit of extra challenge, you can take it up into a calf raise as you stand all the way up. Taking it up into a calf raise. Try and keep your balance. Go. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch over legs again. Right leg is in a standing leg. Left foot's coming out. I'm going to pulse it from side to side. Of course, we need to give our arms something to do, so let's take them out, and they can be doing some little arm circles. So you should really be feeling it now, through, especially through the sort of back of your bum. Little tiny arm circles. Another 30 seconds. So make sure you're breathing. It's amazing how heavy these cans get after a while. Make sure your standing leg is nice and gentle. So funny, because we definitely got conned at the local shop, because you know those small shops do that thing where they buy multi-packs of baked beans that blatantly say multi-packs and they sell them off as singles. That's what I've got. Got 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Over to the other side. Make sure your left leg standing up nice and tall and it's nice and firm. Arms are going to come out. You did circles forwards, and now I'm going to do circles backwards. Tiny, tiny little circles. Good. You should be feeling this now. You should be getting a bit more of a sweat on. Keep going, keep going. You've got 30 seconds left. Little pulses. Remember to try and keep that toe tucked in towards your shin. Tiny little pulses. Focus on your breathing. Your standing leg might really be feeling it right now. Your shoulders might be burning. Put a smile on your face and concentrate. Because we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, relax everything out. Left leg is going to come forwards. You're going to take the right foot back. And we're going to take both arms up above the head with the cans in them. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do with the legs first. We're going to come down for 3, 2, 1, and up. So 3 little pulses. 2, 1, and up. With our arms, we're going to come 3, 2, 1 as we stand up. We're going to drop the arms behind us and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Little lunge pulses. We're going to work those legs even more now. So before we were working the sides of the legs. Now we're working more through the front muscles. 3, 2, 1, and up. Let's go. We've got 15 more seconds. 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and take these arms back. Good. Try and keep your elbows close together. 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. We've got 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and up. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and up. Let's swap over. Other side. Right leg in front, left leg back. You can take the back heel off the ground. Arms are coming up, coming down for 3, 2, 1. As we stand, let's bend through those arms. 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Good. Continue with your pulses. 2, 1, and good. Work these triceps. 2, 1, and up. Good work. 3, 2, 1. You're doing really well. 3, 2, 1. We've got about 15 seconds left. 2, 1. Good work. 3, 2, 1, and up. Almost done. Got a couple more of these. One last one. 3, 2, 1, and come up. Good work. Shake everything out. We're going straight into that set one more time. Super, super quick, except we're going to do everything now just for 30 seconds. So first one, I'm going to jump straight into it. we're coming in to our chickens. So we can have the palms facing upwards, keeping everything nice and tall. We're just going to stretch through the back. Good. Another 15 seconds. We'll finish off with some stretches. Well, I say 15 seconds, like 15 seconds of this exercise, and the next exercise, and the next exercise, and then we'll do stretches. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Left foot in front, right foot back. If you want to go straight into it, into the challenge, take the foot off the ground, and we're going to take it up into our flies. You can try and get that back parallel to the ground, and take the hands up towards your shoulder. If you need to, that back foot can come back onto the ground. And you've got 15 more seconds. So we're going to have really nice, strong shoulders. So important to have strong shoulders, especially when we've got kids. We're picking them up and putting them down all the time. 3, 2, and 1. Over to the other side. Let's go. Okay. Arms are coming all the way up and down. Good. Don't forget, if you want that challenge, take that foot off the ground. So important to focus on your balance as well. Balance is used as a test in places like care homes as part of a series of tests to give some idea of longevity. So the better your balance you are, the less likely you are going to fall over. Don't forget to try and keep that back down as low as you can. It's really easy for it to creep up. Got 3, 2, and 1. Nice, we've got our calf raises. Palms are facing forwards. And we're going to take it up and down. Take those heels off the ground. Good. At the same time that you're taking the heels off the ground, you can also squeeze those thighs in together. Don't forget to squeeze those glutes as well. So you have the choice to make exercises work even harder for you. So the more you're focusing on your technique, the more you're activating your glutes, especially as you stand up and squeezing those legs together, the faster you're going to see results and the faster you're going to feel stronger. Nice stuff. Got another 10 seconds. We're going to take it into the single leg raises. Got 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's get this leg out. Again, got the arms coming in and out at the same time. Good work. We only got 30 seconds. Again, if you want to try and make this even harder, so you take the arms up and the legs up, take it into a single calf raise. Again, now you're really focusing on balance here. Don't forget, as you take this leg up, you don't have to take it up very far. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Over to the other side. Arms are coming up and down. Good, try and get everything in sync. Pull that toe up towards the shin. Make sure your standing leg has got a slight bend through it. If you want to, start doing those calf raises. So as you come up, good. Feel, whoops, try not to overbalance. Have something in front of you to focus on. Good. This is actually quite a tricky exercise. So if you do want to, you can have a competition with the other half. See how they find it. Got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back onto the right leg. Left foot is coming out. Little tiny pulses. Arm is coming out. Forward circles. Only got 30 seconds. Try and keep this going. We're going for endurance. This is like an endurance sport, this class. Endurance, as you don't know how long you're going to be carrying child for. Motherhood is just non-stop, isn't it? 15 more seconds. Oh my gosh, my shoulders are so tired. They're really burning. Let's go. Got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Straight into it. Over to the other side. Leg is coming out. Arm circles backwards as the leg is pulsing up and down. Looking at the clock, we might finish about 5 minutes late. I'm really sorry. Got a minute and a half of exercises to go. Keep going, keep going. Oh, we can do this. Get a smile on your face. Know that you're making your body nice and strong and at reduced risk of injury. Make sure that standing leg has got a slight bend in it. Keep those arm circles going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff, guys. Last exercise. Left leg forward, right foot back, right heel off the ground. Arms are going to come up over our head. And we're coming down and up. Let's go. We've got 3, 2, 1. And up. Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1. I did it the wrong way. There you go. So you stand. Let's hit his arms down. Good. 3, 2, 1. And up. 3, 2, 1. And up. 3, 2, 1. Good, guys. You've worked really hard so far. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You've got less than a minute to go. Nice. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And up. Got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. Let's swap over. Right foot forwards. Left foot back. Let's go. Coming down into pulse, pulse, pulse. And let's do these triceps. Pulse, 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 and triceps. Pulse, 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 and triceps. Let's go. Good work. Squeeze through those glutes as you stand. Squeeze, 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 and up. Good work. Got about 10 seconds left. Squeeze, 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 and up. 3, 2, 1, and triceps. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1, and up. Good work, guys. Let's put these can of beans down, and we're gonna shake everything out. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Good. We're going to take both arms up above our head and take our hand just behind the back. I'm just going to stretch through the triceps. So I'm also in this session, very, very quickly, after you've done a brief little stretch here, let's swap over sides, I'm going to take you through a stretch to just open up and lengthen through the vertebrae. It's a lot better done in person, but given the circumstances, it's unfortunately not something we can do. So we're going to lower that shoulder. We're going to stretch, stretch, stretch all the way over. Good. Nice. And over to the other side. Stretch, keep the shoulder down. Good. Roll out through the hips, first one way. And then the other. And we're going to dig the right heel in towards the ground. We're going to sink ourselves down as I'm sitting down and towards the chair to feel a bit of a stretch up through our hamstrings. So imagine you're trying to dig that heel in towards the ground and you're almost trying to pull the leg backwards as you sink in towards it. Good, let's take it over to the other side. Dig that heel in, get your weight into your back heel, anchor that heel, pull everything backwards, feel the stretch just underneath that leg. Good. From here, I'm going to stretch out the quads, standing on one leg. I'm going to pull that knee in tight so it's level with the other one. Stand up nice and tall. You're going to feel that again, like you're just pulling that pelvis in under, just to increase that stretch through here. Good. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Balance, balance, balance. over to the other side. Make sure that your knee doesn't come too far behind or too far forwards. Squeeze it together. Don't let them come apart. You're standing up nice and tall. Just a little pelvic tilt. So you're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing all the way in. Good. Right, for this stretch that we're going to do, you're going to come down into a sitting position. I want you to squeeze these knees in as much as you can, close in towards your body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're going to straighten up through your back. So have a quick look at yourself in the video and make sure your back is up as tall as you can get it. And it's also vertical. So this isn't vertical, this isn't vertical. So have a look at how you're doing. Squeeze those knees in nice and tight. You want to keep in this position. You want to lengthen up through the spine, tuck the chin in, give yourselves a bit of a double chin. And you're going to take one hand out in front of you. You're going to pull your fingers back and take the other hand in front of you. You're going to take the other hand out in front of you. You're going to pull these fingers back as much as you can. You're going to rotate. So you're going to turn the thumbs outwards, almost until your fingers are pointing towards the ground. You're then just going to slide the hand forwards without moving those shoulders. So slide the hand forward without your back changing position. And you're going to take it up over your head. So I'll show you what it's like. Directly up over your head, like this. Good. So I want you to continue to push, push, push up through the palms of your hands as much as you can. Pull those fingers down. Good. We've got a minute in this position. I just want you to focus on your breathing. I'm just going to come around and have a look and see how you're doing. Nan, get those hands straight. Push those heels of the hands up. Good, good, good. Naomi, straighten up through your back, even higher, reach up even taller, good. Push through the hands. You're doing really well. Naomi, Joe, don't know what you're doing. So Naomi, up, 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 straighten up those hands, pull those fingers back. Good, I just saw you heighten like a couple of inches. Sit up even taller, make sure your knees aren't coming apart. Good, come on Naomi, you can do this. You can do this. Push, 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 push. You should feel the stretch. You're doing so well. Make sure you're breathing. Good work, Nan, for getting back in it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drive those heels of the hands up. Naomi, I can't quite, Joe, I can't quite see you. I don't know what's going on there. But keep pushing, driving up through the heels of your hands. Push, 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 push. And you're going to release the arms. And you're going to release everything else. Well done, guys. That was fantastic. You guys did really, really, really well. I hope you feel good.
You have a good week.
You're most welcome. And see you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.